All right, and everyone, just give me one moment, please. And everyone, could you make sure that you are on mute, because it'll make it easier for all of us to hear, and for Brenna to hear, our court reporter. Welcome back, Brenna.
Thanks, Judge.
Find it here. All right, everyone. Welcome to the 187 District Court. All right, to all the inmates, I'm going to unmute you.
Okay.
Stay muted, please. Do not touch anything. If you need to be unmuted, then I will unmute you. And just give me one moment. I have to make sure that our YouTube is operating properly. All right, everyone. In the 187 District Court, these are the rules. First, to all the inmates and to everyone else on the Zoom screen, you are in a courtroom, so you should behave as though you're in court. You cannot do anything on this Zoom screen that you would not be able to do in court. To the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back to your cell. You are not to use the chat box to pick up dates. Again, if you do that, you will be sent back to your cell. To everyone who's Zooming from home or for work, you need to find a stable location and remain there. If you move around, what will end up happening is you'll make everybody on the screen nauseous with the movement of up and down. The other thing, you too are in the 187 District Court. Do not do anything that you could not do in the 187 District Court. So do not lay in bed, because there are not beds in the 187 District Court unless it's a part of an exhibit. And if it's a part of an exhibit, you would not be able to lay in it anyway. So don't do that. You're not allowed to cook at home or anything of that nature. If anyone does not behave professionally on this Zoom, you will be required to appear in the 187 District Court physically today. And that is at 300 De La Rosa, the 4th floor downtown. So if you do not want to make the trip down here, you need to behave professionally. To all the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small you think it is, you need to put it in the chat box. You need to put it in the chat box to Ferguson coordinator. That is how she is listed. Do not email her, text her, or chat her asking if you can be excused or if you can have a continuance. I'm the only person who can do that for you, because she is very busy getting all the paperwork together that we need. Attorneys, I'm going to place you in breakout rooms. When I call your name officially, please have the name of your defendant ready for me, and also whether it's criminal trial division or family violence. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I open up the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to appear. Do not appear, or do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a breakout room. To all the attorneys, when I place you in the breakout room, please be patient. Prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. If you leave a breakout room, then that will show the prosecutor that that room is empty, and they will skip over it and go to the next person. Consider those breakout rooms like going to a doctor's visit. When the nurse calls you back, they're just checking your weight and your temperature. So be patient. To all the defendants, I'm going to call your attorney's name. I will not call your name. If you do not hear your attorney's name, do not be concerned. They are Zooming in another courtroom. Do not ask to go to the breakout room with your attorney because your attorney is usually conferring with the state first. When they need you in a breakout room, they will request you. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. If you feel that your name is low on the docket and you want to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to. But if your name is called and you are not here, we'll skip over to the next attorney. This is the order in which the attorneys will appear. James Sealaw, Natasha Torres, Lisa Voigt, Robert Maurer, Joseph Appelt, Richard Garcia, Dan Rodriguez, Anthony Cantrell, Matthew Finch, Todd Coronado, Adam Cobbs, Jonathan Watkins, Rodolfo Cepeda, and Kelly McGinnis. Is there any attorney's name that I have missed? All right, James Sealoff, if you can give me the name of your client and whether or not they're criminal trial division or family violence.
Your Honor, Manuel Gonzalez, I've had no contact with him. Court appointed, no address listed in an appointment, no phone number. I sent the jail contact letter, no response.
All right, if you want to, you can zoom out and zoom back in at 10:30. I give everyone until 10:30 to appear.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Does it show that he's still out on bond, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you very much. May I be excused and come back?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Natasha Torres.
Good morning, Your Honor. Laura Macias, currently in custody, Criminal Trial Division. If I could confer with the prosecutor.
I'll send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there. Lisa Voigt.
Good morning, Your Honor. It's Cristobal Martinez, and it is Criminal Trial Division.
I'll send you to breakout room number 3. A prosecutor will meet you there. Robert Maurer.
Judge, I have 2. I have Andre Hernandez. That's a Marcus issue on discovery he's been trying to get from Leon Valley. And I have Dominic Blackman, and it's a plea of 200 MTR. And I just realized I wrote on the file defendant in court, and I told him Zoom when I talked to him on Friday.
Okay, so can you repeat your first client's name again? Andrew who?
Andre Hernandez.
And then you said Blackman?
Dominic Blackman. It's an MTR. I worked out with Tom. It's going to be a plea of true. He's on. I saw he's on Zoom, but I just noted on my file I wrote down in court.
All right, we'll get him to court. I'll send you to breakout room number 3. I'm sorry, okay. Number 4.
Is that where my is? On Blackman, I didn't see normal on there, Judge, so I could send her a chat about my waiver.
All right, she's logging in right now.
Okay.
All right, Joseph Appelt.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Guillermo Lozano, CTD.
I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you.
Richard Garcia.
Good morning, Judge. I have Angel Cortinas. Tom Nisbet gave me an offer that is good until today. I've been texting Mr. Cortinas all weekend and haven't gotten a response from him.
He's here on the screen.
He is? Could you
yes.
put
I'm
here. Breakout room with him?
Yes, I'll see you to breakout room number 6.
Thank you.
Mr. Cortinas, you need to go to breakout room number 6.
How do I do it?
You should see it pop up on your screen. Has it popped up?
Okay, join. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Dan Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Mr. Curtis Mooneyhan, who is in the courtroom today. This is the one that we had last week that was set for sentencing, but his wife passed away. I emailed Norma a funeral notice.
All right,
and I asked her to forward it to you.
All right, just give us one moment, okay?
Thank you.
Anthony Cantrell.
Hold on. Hi, Judge. I'm here on Reuben Hawkins, Criminal Trial Division. It's jail case.
All right, I'll see you to breakout room number 7.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Matthew Finch.
Good morning, Judge. It's for Brandon Lawrence. It's a criminal trial division, but this is a bond hearing. If this wasn't on any other type of setting. I don't know if my client's present, Judge. I've tried to track him down. I got notice of the hearing on Friday afternoon.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 8. We'll see if your client shows. Todd Coronado.
Your Honor, I'm here on Allison Elliott. I didn't have a setting for today either. I just got a notice yesterday to join on Zoom for this morning. It's an unindicted case, CTD.
You say Allison Elliott?
Yes, but she has 2 names. The other one is, well, that's the one that's the most common one, or Leticia Vasquez.
I'll send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you.
And Robert, Norma should be logged in now.
Okay, and Judge, I can report back on Andre Hernandez. Marcus was able to get the videos.
Oh, just give me 1 second, Robert.
Very good.
Adam Cobbs.
Morning, Judge. I've got a George Carrillo. Carrillo, he is CTD. I've got his setting is actually next week, but then I received a email yesterday at 5:21 p.m.
How do you spell the last name?
Carrillo, Carrillo. Unindicted case. And so Norma sent me a email saying it's PR bond consideration.
Yes, that means that your client is the one who asked for the PR bond. That's why it's said.
I see.
Yes.
I did check the history, the clerk's website. I didn't see that he filed any motion requesting
No,
PR
what they
bond.
do is what the persons at the jail will do is they will automatically ask for one. And the way the judicial process is working now, when they ask for one, they will be interviewed and it will be heard. I'll send you to breakout room number 10.
Who is that to meet with, Judge?
Someone from criminal trial division.
Okay.
Thank you. Jonathan Watkins.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Michael Moreno, and it's a violation report, and it's family violence.
I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
And Judge, he's not on the Zoom call yet. Could I try and contact him to make sure he gets on this call?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Rodolfo Zepeda.
Your Honor, I have Adonis Romero. That's the one that was taken into custody last Thursday on a violation, but the warrant was out of county court number 5. I went to talk to Judge Longoria last week, and I was supposed to go today, and I did, but he wasn't in. The judge wasn't in.
Okay, I'll send you to a breakout room. Is he with criminal trial division?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 12. Kelly McGinnis.
Hi, Judge. I'm here for Jacqueline Jones. I see her on the screen. It's a trial division case, and I believe I need to confer with a CTD person. I think, was it Clint?
All right, look at this. Kelly, it was Mother's Day yesterday. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. And now you've been placed in lucky breakout room number 13. Everybody always wants that room.
I love it.
There you go.
Thanks.
All right, back to you, Robert Maurer. Which
Yes,
one?
Andre Hernandez. Marcus was able to get the video from Leon Valley, and he said it's been uploaded. So I'm going to need to get him in there to go over it. If you can give me maybe 30 days, that'll give me enough time to look at it and see what we're going to do with the case.
All right, Norma on Andre Hernandez. Thank you. Can you give me, your client has 3 cases. So
Yes.
every case you've had the discovery, is that correct?
Yes, everything else we're good to go. This is the one we were waiting on. This is the biggest case.
All right, Norma, can I get a 30-day reset on Mr. Hernandez's cases, please? Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. The 14th, Judge. All right, we're going to come back on May 14th on your client.
June 14th?
Yes, and yes, June 14th, sorry. And June 14th, that will be your client's plea deadline date. And so the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements after that date. Any agreements that your client will want to make that have to be open to the court.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right. And who's your next client?
Dominic Blackman, that's the MTR. I sent the request over for the consent to plea by video and waiver of appeal. He's online, so.
Yes, Mr. Blackman, you'll need to appear in court. All right, it's 300 De La Rosa.
Yes, ma'am. And right now?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. All right, I have to work out a ride arrangement, so I'm get on that right now.
All right, just 1 moment before you go. Mr. Maurer, who are you conferring with on this case?
Tom. And so, Judge, my thought was that
if I could see you all in breakout room number 4, please.
Sure.
And Ms. Ferguson, if you could come to breakout room number 4, please. Mr. Blackman, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Blackman, I'm gonna need you to get down to the 187 District Court. It's the 4th floor, it's 300 De La Rosa, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right,
Guys, how long will it take you to get down here?
I'm gonna call my ride back, and I sent the ride off, so it'll probably take me about an hour or so, I guess.
Okay. All right, we'll see you then.
All right, Judge, and I'll log back on at 10:30.
All right, thank you. All right, Dan Rodriguez, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. This is simply, I've already conferred with Tom. We have a deal worked out. This is simply an issue of scheduling Mr. Curtis Mooneyhan. He has his wife's funeral on Wednesday. So I'm asking that he be sentenced sometime after that.
Okay.
And I sent to Norma an email with the funeral announcement and arrangements. It's this Wednesday, May 12th.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Moonaghan for Thursday or Friday?
I'm free either day, Your Honor.
I'll do Thursday, Judge. All right, Mr. Moonaghan, we're gonna have you come back and you're gonna need to be here on Thursday. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I've been here every quarter.
Yep, but you know, people say that and then they miss a date. So I'm just letting you know. You need to be here on May 13th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, they'll
And-
give you a reset form and we will see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a nice day.
Thank you, and it'll be at 9 a.m., Mr. Moonaghan.
He's in the courtroom. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too. Richard Garcia?
Judge,
Yes.
Mr. Cortinas is going to accept a to-do offer that.
All
Mr.
right. If you'll put the agreement in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, she'll get the paperwork prepared.
I'm doing that right now.
All right, thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
All right, Joseph Appel?
Yes, Your Honor. Apparently this was a setting to request a PR bond, but Mr. Lozano shows to, I believe, have bonded out either Thursday or Friday. So I believe the motion would be moot then.
All right, Mr. Lozano is on the screen in custody. Are you Guillermo Lozano?
Okay.
If you can raise your hand for me, please, if you're Guillermo. Yes, he's still in custody.
Okay, because the ADA was telling me that it showed that he bonded out last week. And I go, okay, I don't know because it showed that he hadn't in my system. So if that's the case, then let me confer with Mr. Lozano, please, so that then I can let you know what we're going to end up doing I believe he's filed this motion for PR bond.
Yes. All right, Mr. Lozano, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5 to speak with your attorney. And Mr. Pelt, if you'll go back to breakout room number 5, please.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Matthew Finch?
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with Alexander this morning, Judge. I don't know if my client's made it yet. I got notice of this hearing indirectly on Friday afternoon. I've not been able to relay the message. All the information I have for my client is not working right now.
All right. And the reason why your client is on the docket is because we have a violation report.
Yes, Judge. And I've received a copy of that violation report and attempted to track my client down.
Yeah. So, and they don't know where he is either, and that's very concerning. So if you want, I always give everyone till 10:30. I'll give him till 10:30. We can see if he appears either in court or on Zoom.
Judge, I'll circle back later this morning. I do have several other matters that I'm going to need to go deal with now, but I'll be back.
All right.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who is Ms. Reyes? I'm sorry, Rebecca, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Hunter, you put in there Ms. Reyes. I'm like, who's Ms. Reyes? All right, as soon as someone is ready, let me know. All right, Mr. Pelt, you're back.
I am, Your Honor. Mr. Lozano is apparently being held due to some warrant out of Houston, which I can't do anything about at this point in time. But he says he has the bond paperwork for this case, which is pending in your court. So I think we're back to where my initial statement that the initial reason why we were here for his case today is moot. He's got something out of Houston holding him, and he's unsure and as to exactly what it is. He thinks it might be a DWI or failure to appear or something. And so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research into that, but I can't help him in Houston right now is the thing.
All right, so what are we going to do with this case that's on the docket though?
Well, it's a nightmag case. He hasn't been indicted yet. They just uploaded some more videos. I got notice this morning at 5 something this morning that they just uploaded some more discoveries, some more videos. So I need a chance to review those and get with the DA who is working on it, which is Mike Cohen. And I've got his email address. I'd like to confer with him. So I
Okay.
guess reset us for right now. I mean, it's a
No,
case.
the court doesn't have a pre-hearing docket. So if this is a case that you want on docket, you'll need to let the coordinator know and she'll set it. We were only on the docket for today because he requested a PR bond.
That's what I thought. Wasn't sure though, Judge. I will confer with Mr. Cohen and see if there's anything we can do or what we're going to do pre-indictment. Otherwise, just, I guess, leave us off the docket for right now.
All right, thank you.
I be
Do
excused
you
then,
need
Judge?
any, have you gotten all the contact information for your client in case he is released from custody?
I did not. That was my fault.
All right, Mr. Lozano, let me have you go back to breakout room with your attorney. Please give him information so that he can get in contact with you if you're bonded out based upon the case in Houston, okay? And then Mr. Pelt, after you finish conferring with him, if you could have him come back to the main room and we'll excuse him from the main room.
May I be excused from the breakout room, Your Honor?
Yes, once you send him back to the main room.
Yes, ma'am. And
All
that'd be breakout room 5 again?
Yes, Mr. Lozano, do you see the 4 boxes on the bottom of your screen that say breakout room? Click on that and you can go back to number 5.
Judge, I'm back with Todd Coronado.
Yes.
And this was a nightmag case as well, a violation report, similar to Mr. Finch's case. His client, he's not had contact with.
That's correct, Judge. I've not had any contact. I visited her in the jail when she was still in the jail, but as soon as she got out, nothing.
All right, I give them till 10:30 to show up. If you want to zoom out and zoom back in at 10:30, we can.
Okay, thank you much.
All right, I'll see you back at 10:30.
Okay.
Anthony Cantrell.
Yeah, Judge, I was just waiting for a prosecutor. I was trying to see if anyone was still available.
Well, since you left 7, I've seen prosecutors and they've skipped over that room.
Okay.
So if you'll go back to 7, they'll meet you there.
Okay.
You're welcome. Norma, can you let them know L10 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have a great rest of your day, Mr. Lozano.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome.
I can leave. I'm done.
Yes, just remain there. The coordinator is having a deputy to come get you.
Okay.
And Richard Garcia, you're back?
Yes, Judge. We're waiting on paperwork.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Richard, I sent you a chat.
Oh, let me check.
Judge, what room was Cantrell in? 7?
Cantrell is in number 7.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Adam Cobbs, are you driving?
I am not driving, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, awesome.
I do have another, I knew better than that.
You know, I'm saving lives.
But I am on my way to Austin to meet a couple of lawyers. Judge, so I've conferred with Marcus Sanders as well as Mr. George Carrillo, and he is not eligible for a PR bond.
Okay.
And so we're content with the bond amount at this time. Judge, are you doing night mag settings? I mean,
No. If you have a case that hasn't been indicted and you want it on the docket, if you contact the court coordinator, she'll put it on the docket. But we're unable to put those on the docket because of a computer glitch.
okay, fair enough. I think I have a night mag setting on this case next week, tentatively set, so I'll just assume it won't happen since it's still unindicted, I believe. Other than that, Your Honor, may I be excused as well as Mr. Carrillo?
Is your client in a breakout room?
He was. I just saw that it said he left 14P, whatever that means.
All right, Norma, number 14P has left. Can you have them bring Mr. Carrillo back, please? George Carrillo. So, Mr. Cobbs, your client is charged with tampering with evidence. Is there another case he has other than that case?
I don't believe so.
All right. So what do you see happening on this case? Have you received all the discovery?
Judge, I just got appointed like a week ago. So no, I don't think I have all the discovery yet because I've got to check e-discovery. Yeah, I just got appointed on the 23rd, so 2 weeks ago. Judge, I don't know if I have all the discovery or not. I don't know if everything's
Okay, I always like to, I just always like to make sure that if there are going to be some issues with discovery that we cover it now rather than later. But
I'm not aware of any issues.
Okay. All right, so unless there's something else, I don't know about your client on the docket at any other date. Ms. Ferguson, on George Carrillo,
Yes, ma'am.
can you check to see if he has another court date with us?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
All right, just give us a moment, Mr. Cobbs.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you should thank me. I'm helping you avoid traffic on 35. It's never great right now.
You know, I'd rather be in your court than on 35.
You know, there's only one time where traffic has been great for me when I've gone through 35, and that was Christmas Eve. That's the only time. Midnight, 2 a.m., you know, noon, 9.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I had a case. Real quick story. That way, all the other lawyers can hear. I had a case in Corsicana years ago, and I drove up, and I probably left at like 3 a.m. And there was an accident at like 3:45 just south of Austin. And I'm like,
hey, Mr. Montoya,
there's never a good time to be on 35. There's George.
You know what you should have done? You should have went by way of 79, where you take 79 through Round Rock. And of course, it's longer, but maybe that would have been better for you. I don't know. All right, Mr. Norma, on Carrillo, is there any other setting other than today for him? All right, Ms. Ferguson is telling me that his next setting is May 18th. But Mr. Carrillo, that's what you have,
Yeah,
Mr.
that's what I had,
Cobbs?
Judge. I thought he was set next week.
Hey, Tony, do you know that password?
All right, Mr. Carrillo,
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
not eligible for a PR bond based upon the governor's directive.
I know that.
So your attorney will bring you back at another date and we'll see what happens with your case, okay?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions about the process?
Yes, I was visited by uh lifetime recovery, and they
Oh,
said bring
no,
take that to
when I say
court.
about the process, I mean about the legal process. Lifetime recovery is related to any type of drug issues or rehabilitation issues. And we're not in the process of your case at that point yet.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Carrillo. Mr. Cobbs, safe travels on 35.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go the
Everyone have a
speed
great day.
limit. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mr. Cobbs.
I'll take the fifth on that. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, Norma, 14P can go back.
Okay, I'm done.
Judge, I sent you a chat.
Oh, thank you. Well, for Mr. Carrillo, someone set his bond at $250. That was not Judge Boyd of the 187 District Court who did that. Some other judge set a felony bond at $250. Not me. All right, Thomas Hilly.
Good morning, Your Honor. Let me ask the court, please, for trial division conferring with the DA, please, on Miss Melissa Puente, please.
I'm sorry, who?
Melissa Puente. She's an MTR, and it's a robbery case.
It's
right,
Melissa
I'll
Puente,
see.
Judge. She's L22.
All right, thank you. I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lisa Voigt, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. I was just sending a message to Marcus. He sent me a chat. Can I go back into conference with him?
Yes, if you will go back to your previous breakout room, which was breakout room number 3,
Okay.
or do you need to speak with Marcus?
It is Marcus that I was speaking with earlier.
All right, what I'll do is I'll send you to breakout room number 4 if you'll go there, please.
Okay, thank you.
And he'll meet you there. All right, and everyone, just give me a moment. I'm gonna check to see if I have any paperwork to sign.
Judge, will I have to, I'm sorry to interrupt, would I have to go into the breakout room?
No, your attorney will request you when he or she wants you in the breakout room, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, this is Hunter.
Yes.
It looks like room 8 has a Marissa Puente. I believe it's Melissa Puente, and it's a family case.
Okay. Could someone from Family Violence go to number 8, please?
Yes, Judge. Hunter, there's a new robbery that's not coded family violence.
Oh, and she's on the list?
Yeah, it's an MTR for a family, but the new number 1's a robbery.
Okay, my bad.
Judge, could you put Reuben Hawkins on the recall docket in breakout room 7, please?
Mr. Hawkins, if you go to 7, please. All right, and Alexandra, I've signed your motion to dismiss on County Court Cause number 654541.
Thanks, Judge. The night mag from our court, the same defendant is in 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, it's what?
It's coming through in 2 minutes. I'm sending that one next.
All right, thank you. And then that
Garcia,
would
were you able
mean,
to find out which?
And then Mr. Zepeda,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
that would mean if the state is dismissing that, then that would mean that we won't have any VR report to take care of with your client, Mr. Adonis Romero.
Yes, ma'am. May I be excused then?
Just one moment. Let me wait till it comes through to sign it.
Okay.
All right, and Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you need something?
Yes, Mr. Garcia's case, I'm just waiting to find out which case number I need to do paperwork on.
All right.
Judge, I just sent Tom Nisbet a chat asking him.
Yeah, I already responded.
Thank you.
Check your email.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, who is the attorney on Macias?
That'll be me, Your Honor, Natasha Torres.
All right.
Laura, yes?
Yes. On that case, the state has sent me an email saying that you all have reached an agreement where the MTR would be withdrawn.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'll send your client to a breakout room with probation, and probation will go over the new conditions.
Thank you. May I also be put in that breakout room and then?
Yes.
Doctor?
Ms. Macias, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. And Rebecca, can you go to breakout room number 2? And Ms. Torres, it appears that you can still go to number 2.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's the deal? I mean, it's still $4,000.
All right, and to the attorney, Zepeda, on Mr. Romero, you are excused and we won't need your client. The state has dismissed both of those cases, so the VR report is moot.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused then?
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
And his client is in custody, Judge.
All right. Mr. Romero, could you unmute for me, please? Mr. Romero.
Yes.
Your felony cases have been dismissed and the county court cause number 654541 has been dismissed. So according to my docket, the only cases that you have pending are the criminal mischief and criminal trespass to a shelter. So that will be handled by county court at law number 5.
Okay, so what was I still out on bond on those, or was I?
That's something that you'll have to address with your attorney and address with county court at law number 5. I have no jurisdiction over those cases. The case that I had jurisdiction over, the state has dismissed that case.
And which one was that, Your Honor?
That is the possession case.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Mr. Romero, you have a different attorney on those other cases. It's correct.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't hear you. What was that?
You have a different attorney on those other misdemeanor cases. It's Kirby Johnson.
Oh, yes. I tried calling him to contact my my pretrial services officer because I was calling him and he wouldn't answer, and it said that he wasn't taking calls at the moment, so I didn't know how to contact him.
I think Mr. Johnson may be out. Is that correct, Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am. He's going to have to contact the coordinator or the court.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
I know he's gonna-
Mr. Romero, you will have to contact the court coordinator to let them know who your attorney is and what we'll do to help facilitate that. Normally, if you could email the court coordinator from county court at law number 5 and let her know about Mr. Romero and his attorney so they can get you on the docket, okay? That's the most that I can do.
Thank you.
But County Court number 5 will have to take care of your cases over there.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And you said I don't have bond on those yet, correct?
I have not reviewed that. County Court number 5 and your attorney for County Court number 5 will have to review that.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
just
you.
remain there and we will get a deputy to send you to back, okay?
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome.
Hey, Joe Ray, can you meet me in one real quick?
Sure.
Judge Boyd, it's Anthony Cantrell. Can I get in a
Yes.
separate breakout room with Tom Nesbitt?
Yes, I'll see you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you.
And Judge, this is
Yes.
Richard Garcia. Can you put me in a breakout room with the defendant, Angel Cortinas, please?
All right, Mr. Cortinas, if you go to breakout room number 5, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Frank Sandoval.
Yes, Your Honor, and I apologize for the lack of video. I'll be happy to turn it on, but internet service has been going in and out simultaneously on 2 other courts, so I may just be overwhelming things.
All right, no problem.
But
Who is your client?
this is Mr. Pouch, who's out on bond, I believe, if I have if I have everything straight.
Oh yeah, he's on bond. And it's family violence. And I will send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do appreciate that.
All right, you're welcome. Lisa Voigt.
Yes, Your Honor. We need to have a hearing and be open to the court on our MTR.
Okay, all right. You'll still need to do paperwork, so you can have, if you would chat to Ms. Ferguson with the,
Okay.
that it's open, and she'll get you the paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Has your client come back? Ms. Torres, I think your client is still in the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor. She's about to sign it, and you needed her in probation or me as well, or?
Yes.
Hey, Marcus, can I speak to you in breakout room 1 real quick?
And everyone, just let me know when you're ready. I'm working on other paperwork, so I won't be able to see my screen. So just let me know when you are ready.
Back with other stuff. Oh, really?
All right, Ms. Macias, could you unmute for me, please?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, so the state has agreed after negotiating with your attorney to withdraw the motion, but I need you to understand that if your deferred adjudication is ever revoked, I just want to remind you, because I'm not the one who placed you on deferred adjudication, is that you could be sentenced up to 2 years in the state jail facility. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So from here on out, every decision that you make, you need to ask yourself, is this decision something that may result in me being sent to the state jail facility for 2 years? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do.
All right, well, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
And if you need anything, just talk to your probation officer. Communication is key.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good one, Liz.
All right, you too. And here's the other question I have for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So the tattoos that are on your cheekbones, was that painful?
No, it wasn't.
Oh my gosh. So are you going to continue tattooing your face or is that it?
That's it, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Just remain seated and we'll have a deputy remove you, okay?
All right, thank you too.
You're welcome. Norman, can you let them know that L23 can go back? And Ms. Torres, thank you for coming in. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If I may, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Hilly?
Oh, Miss Melissa Puente, I have an offer now. I would like to communicate that offer with my client, please.
All right. Ms. Puente, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 8. And Mr. Hilly, if you'll go back to 8, please.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Cantrell, you're back. You're muted.
He needs to go to 7 with his client again, Judge, please.
All right, Mr. Cantrell. I'll send you to breakout room number 7. And Mr. Hawkins, can you please go back to 7? All right, Mr. Cantrell?
If I can get with Mr. Nisbet again.
All right. I'll see you to number 6.
Thank
And
you.
Tom, if you could go to breakout room number 6, please. All right, Ms. McGinnis?
Hi, Judge. Can I speak with Marcus in a breakout room real quick? Something came up with the paperwork.
Yes. I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
Okay.
And Marcus, if you could go to number 11, please. Thomas Hilly?
Mr. Joey Garcia, please.
I'm sorry, what?
Mr. The DA I talked to, I think his name is Joey
Yes.
Garcia.
Do you need to speak with him again?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 9. And Joe Ray, if you could go to 9, please.
Judge Boyd,
Yes.
Richard Garcia here. Can you put me in a breakout room to go over the paperwork with Mr. Cortinas?
Yes, I'll send you all both to breakout room number 10.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Mr. Cortinas, if you go to 10, please. All right, Mr. Maurer, your client is present in the courtroom.
Okay, Judge. I signed my part of the documents. I just need to go over them with him and we'll be ready.
All right. So the only thing, the paperwork that he needs to sign then needs to be sent to the courtroom.
Okay.
So just give us a moment.
Sure.
Judge, I already told Norma, I sent it to her email. She's gonna have him sign it.
Okay, all right, then to the courtroom, if you can go to breakout room number 5, please.
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Mayor, I'm sending you to 5.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Healy, you're back.
Yes, I would like to have Miss Norma do the paperwork, please. And I would like to talk to my client again, please.
All right, I'll send you to, could you put in the chat box what the agreement is for Ms. Ferguson, please?
Yes, let me just confirm with my client and then I put in the chat box. Thank you.
All right, well, here's the thing, Mr. Healy, you can't put it in the chat box from the breakout room. If you do, it won't come to the main room.
I will do that.
All right, so
I will do
I'll
that.
send you to breakout room number 8 with your client.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, can you put me with the clerk so I can check his jail credit?
All right. If you'll go back to room number 5, and could the clerk please go to breakout room number 5?
Judge, the only thing I don't know is what number Tom wants us to plead true on.
All right, Tom right now is in a breakout room number 6. If you give him a moment, he will be right back. Joanne Ethel, who are you here for?
Judge Jesus Gonzalez, we had a plea deal whereby he would plead to a misdemeanor and the felony would be dismissed. You told us we didn't have to appear if we pled to the misdemeanor. We pled last week to the misdemeanor. I got a Zoom notice yesterday, so I just want to make sure.
Okay. State, have you dismissed this cause number?
I'll take a look, Judge.
All right, thank you. We're going to find out if it's been dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, you want to put Miss April and me into a breakout room?
Yes. All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. All right, and I'm just waiting on the paperwork from Mr. Blackman. And then we will start. Thank you. Marcus,
Yes, ma'am.
is there any way you could go to breakout room number 6 and find out on Blackman what Tom, Tom is back. No problem. At least I think he is.
Is this on my guy, Judge?
Yes, his audio is just connecting. All right, Tom, are you ready on Mr. Blackman? He's in the courtroom.
Yes.
Tom, what number do you want us to plead true on?
Let me get the MTR ready, but it doesn't matter. Is there a 5 on there?
There he is.
Okay, we can do that.
I think there's a plethora of violations to choose from.
To the courtroom, could you have Mr. Blackman up here, please? Brenna, are you ready? Court is calling 2019 CR 9329, State of Texas versus Dominique Jamal Blackman. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Nisbet.
For the defense?
Robert Maurer for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Blackman? All right, I'm sorry, courtroom, you're muted.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Blackman, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. For the record, I'll note that the defendant is in the courtroom. This is not one of the days that the court could have in-person hearings. However, the court has received permission for this hearing. Next, Mr. Blackman, I'm going to show you 2 documents. One is entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. The other is entitled First Amended Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Dominique Jamal Blackman who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 9329 for the offense of robbery on October 10th, 2019 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Dominique Jamal Blackman did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer in person for the months of March, April, and May 2020 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It is true.
The state waives the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No.
Mr. Blackman, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
That is correct.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge, pending the court's approval. It is to revoke and adjudicate the defendant, assessing 4 years TDC. And in exchange for that plea, the state is going to TIC some cause numbers, grand jury 742422. And then they're going to be all sequential after that, Judge. So there's 22, 23, 24, and 25, all the same numbers.
All right. Defense, is that the agreement?
It is, Judge.
Mr. Blackman, are you asking that the court follow that agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
The court then will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision. Take in consideration the following grand jury numbers: 742-422, 742-423, 742-434, 742-435, and the court will give you credit for any time. Yes.
Is it 424, 425?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And the court will give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Judge, yes, I talked to Mr. Blackman and he requested the court give him a couple weeks to get his affairs in order before he is sentenced or starts his sentence.
All right, that will be denied.
Please.
Mr. Blackman, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Because you've reached a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll close the record. Mr. Blackman, you were placed on the deferred adjudication. You were given a chance.
Yes, ma'am.
And what you did was you picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 new cases and you did not report.
All right.
Good luck to you, Mr. Blackman.
Can I explain something?
No. Good luck to you, Mr. Blackman.
And Judge, real quickly, I sent you an email and Norma as well about a guy. I'm trying to get a bond set on a guy named Devonta Hemphill on a theft case. And I'm filing a motion. I just wanted to see if I could maybe come back tomorrow morning to hear it since I'm leaving on Wednesday.
Yes, or if you will send the email to the prosecutors, they will confer with you.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you.
All right, any update on Ms. Eccles' client, Jesus Gonzalez, Mr. Morris?
Yes, Judge, I just sent you the dismissal.
Okay. And let me see if they're in my box. All right, Ms. Eckel, I received the dismissal and I've signed the dismissal. Mr. Gonzalez, could you unmute yourself for me, please?
He's probably not here, Judge.
No, he's on the screen. Mr. Gonzalez, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, please. Give me
That's
a
not my
thumbs up.
client, Judge. That's not my client.
That's not
No.
what, that's not Jesus Gonzalez?
No.
Okay, all right, well, I've signed the dismissal.
All right, may I be excused, Judge?
Yes,
Thank you. Have a good day.
you're welcome. All right, Mr. Seeloff, you are back. We have 2 minutes till 10:30.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, I finished with the court paperwork on Thomas's Hilly's case. So I don't know if you want to put him back in the breakout room with this client, Puente.
He should already be in the breakout room. Mr. Hilly, could you go to breakout room number 8, please? Oh, and Norman, this Mr. Gonzalez acts as though he's motioning a deputy to have him leave. Please don't let him go.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Manuel Gonzalez? Okay, Norma, is that Manuel Gonzalez?
I will check on that, Judge. Give me 1 second. I will check on that.
Because that may be your client, Mr.
Thank you, Your
Seeloff.
Honor.
We shall see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, that is Manuel Gonzalez.
All right, Mr. Seeloff, your client is the person who's in custody. So
Okay.
did you want to confer with the state on the
Criminal,
case as well as the PR bond?
yes, please.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And if a prosecutor from criminal trial division could meet Mr. Seeloff in breakout room number 2, please.
You're done already?
No, he's not done. And stop pretending as though you are.
You're done already? No? Okay.
Lisa Voigt.
Yes, Your
Hello.
Honor.
Hi,
Hello.
what is happening with your client, Mr. Martinez?
Oh, I signed my side of the paperwork and sent it back.
Okay, he probably hasn't signed his because I haven't received any paperwork. Could you go back to breakout room number 3 and see if he signed all his paperwork?
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Sandoval? We're back here, Mr. Powell.
Yes, Judge. I'm turning the video off, Your Honor. Again, I got a notice that my CPU usage was bad. But can you hear me all right, Judge Boyd?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Your Honor, I have confirmed with ADA Garcia that the offer made to the previous attorney remains in effect. Your Honor, this is a habitual case. I've met with Mr. Pouch over the phone at least 2 times. He does have the elements of a potential defense that he would like to go over with me in detail. Videos, phone calls that are into the hours in length. If I may have substantial time, I've asked him to come up with a list of the evidence he wants me to review, time elements for each list so we can start going over it. And then so that way I can adequately advise him with respect to the appropriateness of the offer that's being made.
Okay, so your client is not on the Zoom screen. Is your client in custody? It shows he's on bond.
He's on bond up in Kerrville, Your Honor. I did speak with him, and I can let you know exactly when I spoke with him, and I can ask him to log on.
He needs to log on.
Okay, if the court requires, and I can do that. Right now, Your Honor, let me find him, and we can do that, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Judge.
Todd Coronado.
Yes, ma'am. Just checking to see if my client showed up, but I don't think she has. Allison Elliott.
No. Deputy Laura, is there an Allison Elliott in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor.
And she's not on the Zoom screen either. And the court is in receipt of a violation report. And according to the violation report is that they've had no contact with your client. They've tried text messaging. They've attempted to contact her by phone. So we're going to go on the record briefly. Court is calling NIMAG number 595380, State of Texas versus Allison Elliott. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Nisbet.
For the defense?
Todd Coronado.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:39 a.m. Miss Allison Elliott has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been an Allison Elliott in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
Thank you. We're here for a violation report.
Gmail?
The defendant. We're here for a violation report. And reading and reviewing the violation report, pretrial services says that they have had no contact with your client. They've texted her at the phone numbers that were provided. The court at the first violation ordered that pretrial services give the defendant 10 days to comply, and that was on April 16th. It is now May 10th. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
No, Your Honor.
Have you tried to contact your client?
Yes, the number that was on the board of appointment. I've called it, left messages. I've texted it. I left text messages, no response. I did see her in jail before she got released on December 17th. I gave her my card. I said, if you do get out, contact me. Nothing.
All right, state.
Judge, we ask you forfeit the bond and issue warrant.
All right. She was placed on PR bond, and so I grant the state's motion. I'm going to remand her without bond. If you are able to get in contact with your client and she presents herself, the court will reconsider.
Okay.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. McGinnis, you're back.
Yes, Judge. I love that lucky number 13 breakout room.
Okay.
They're gonna, I think Marcus is gonna tender a dismissal for my client's case.
Okay, let me see.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. Let me see if I have that.
I'm still working on it.
All right, thank you. All right, then, Ms. Jones, the state is telling me that your case will be dismissed. You and your attorney are excused unless you have someone else with us, Ms. McGinnis.
No, that's it, Judge.
All right, don't start the rumor about 13. Otherwise, everybody's going to try to time when they come in here.
Okay, I won't.
All right,
All right,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sure. And on Cartinas, I think they're proceeding on more than one case.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Who are the parties on Cristobal Martinez?
Lisa Boyd for defense, Your Honor.
And who is the prosecutor who is handling this case?
Will be me. Lisa, I need to chat you to see what we're doing.
Right, to the clerks, could I have a file stamp, please? All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 10390, State of Texas versus Cristobal Ivan Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Lisa Boyd.
And are you Mr. Martinez? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
You find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision, and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Cristobal Ivan Martinez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 10390 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on October 15, 2020 for a period of 3 years?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
State?
From the first amended motion filed April 29th, 2021, condition number 1, on or about the 5th day of April 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Cristobal Ivan Martinez, committed the offense of evading arrest or detention in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
We'll waive the rest.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Martinez, that mask doesn't work if it's not covering your nose.
Sorry about that.
No problem. The court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There isn't, Judge. We are both asking that you deny the motion. The state is asking that you order safety. Well, I guess safety was already ordered for the last MTR. We're asking that you order that he go now.
Order what?
That he go to safety.
Okay. All right. Defense, what are you asking for?
Your Honor, my client's trying to stay local. He's got family here, and he would ask for ISF as a treatment program.
All right, Mr. Martinez,
Yes, ma'am.
what is your problem? How old are you?
I am 23.
You're 23. Why are we here?
We are here because I made a big mistake,
Nope, you didn't make a mistake. You made choices.
made a poor decision. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what a mistake is?
The exact definition, no.
Let me tell you let me give you an example of mistake, because I think definitions are great, but if you can give somebody an example, they understand it better. Here's a mistake. It's raining outside. I have my umbrella. I come to court. My umbrella is black. I sit down next to somebody who also has a black umbrella. I finish with my business in court. I'm getting ready to leave. I go outside. It's still raining. I open the umbrella and I realize that it's not my umbrella, that I picked up the wrong umbrella. That's a mistake. Let me tell you what you did. What you did was you made choices. Here's an example of a choice or a bad decision. I come to court. Somebody says, Stephanie, it's raining outside. And I'm like, gosh, I didn't bring an umbrella. But this person has walked up to the front of the court. Their umbrella is sitting there. Let me take that umbrella. And I take that umbrella and I happily go home, not getting wet. That's a choice. So I'm asking you, why are we here? What bad choices did you make?
I made bad decisions by participating in things I shouldn't have.
So why do you think that you should get a chance to approve and make your own program? Because I'd already ordered safety. And it was in abeyance.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me tell you what has happened in your case, because sometimes people's memories fade. And they fade when they come back to court and they want something, right? So on October 15th, I ordered you to do outpatient treatment. So I started you with outpatient treatment. You came back to me on January 5th, the new number one, and the new number one is you've committed a new offense. So on January 5th, there was an agreement reached with the state to deny the motion and to add safety, but hold it in abeyance. And I put you on a curfew. Now we're back here and it's, again, you committed a new offense. So obviously a curfew has not worked for you. Outpatient treatment has not worked for you. And I believe the state and your attorney are trying to help you because of your age, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're coming to me and you act as though you want to go to prison for 10 years. So I'm going to give you a choice and I want you to think about it. If you want to, you can be done with this. I'll send you to prison for 3 years. We'll call it a day. Maybe you just cannot be saved. Maybe you don't want help. Or you can go to safety. I'll refer him to drug court and to safety. So whoever takes him, that's where he can go. Safety or felony drug court. If felony drug court doesn't accept him, then he's going to safety. All of it will occur while he remains in custody. So it's completely up to you. What do you want to do, Mr. Martinez? Now, this is a choice for you to make. Hopefully, you're not going to make a bad choice.
Yes, ma'am.
But either way, you're not being released today.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take the safety program.
All right, Mr. Martinez, you had better start doing better. If you don't, you're going to find yourself in prison. Do you understand? Is that where you want to be?
No, ma'am, it's not.
Then why do you keep behaving like that's where you want to be?
I don't know, miss. Sorry, I don't know.
Well, you better start making your thoughts better, because otherwise you're going to end up in prison, or either you're going to end up doing something that there's no coming back from. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you think. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to refer him to felony drug court. If he's not accepted in the felony drug court, then he's to go to safety and he's to remain in custody until he's accepted in either one of those programs. And do not come back here again. Do you understand? For this nonsense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Either way, I think it's probably.
All right, I'm gonna send you, with that, we're gonna close the record. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 2. Probation will go over the conditions with you.
All right. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, may I confer with Gonzalez? He's in jail, I believe.
Yes, just give me one moment. And Rebecca, if you could go to number 2, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Seeloff, you were in breakout room number 2. I'll send you to 3.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
And Norma, can you get someone to help Mr. Gonzalez go to breakout room number 3, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And everyone, just give me one moment.
Judge, I sent you a chat.
All right, just one moment. And to the clerks, if you can go to a breakout room to swear in Mr. Cortinas. The court has signed all the documents, and Mr. Cortinas, if you and your attorney will go back to breakout room number 9, and the clerks will let you know if they have all the paperwork. Oh, Norma, she's in number 2. Okay, everybody is saying Miss Reyes. Is that Rebecca? Are we talking about Rebecca?
I know, Judge, I sent you another one. But
Okay.
yes, Judge, it was by email.
Okay, I'll double check and see if I have it.
Okay.
No, Norma, I don't have it.
Okay, I'll resend it, Judge.
All right, thank you. And that's ready too. And let me give you this one. Hmm? Jonathan Watkins.
Back, Your Honor. Been trying to get this link to my client. He did send me a text. I know he's been
Yes, he's here on the screen.
up on.
Do you want to speak to confer with the state about all of his cases?
Yes, ma'am, if that's possible, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, I emailed it to you.
All right, thank you. I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Marino, you need to find a stable place and have a seat, please.
I'm trying to put the charger on the phone, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Got it.
All right, and for whomever, Mr. Marino also has criminal trial division as well as CTD cases.
Judge, you can put me in one as well if you want.
Okay. All right, and Ray Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, who are you here for?
Kendall Blunt, Judge. I'm a little bit early. We had a motion for bond reduction.
All right, just give us a moment. We're gonna take up a plea and then we'll go from there.
My understanding though is that
All right, Mr. Seeloff on Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor. I think I'm going to have to do a mental eval. Could you order that, please? I'm having a very difficult time with this gentleman, and he's informed me that he has been diagnosed in the past, although I don't understand what it was for. He's 58 years old.
All right, Norma, can you do an expedited evaluation for Mr. Gonzalez? And you're muted. Norma, let's reset this so he's not lost at the jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Or I should say, not really lost at the jail, but just in this, but just in the system. I always like to make sure that the evaluations are done in a timely manner. And if I don't set this, then he may be waiting for a while.
Okay.
Because we have limited resources with doctors.
I understand. Judge, could I tell him that that's what's going to happen?
Yes.
Breakout room 3 last time.
All right, just give me a second. Let me get a date from Norma.
Night medication.
Yes.
We can do it in 30 days, Judge.
Okay.
That would be, I think it's.
You want to just put it on June 14th?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. And your client has had trouble coming back to the main room. So Mr. Seelaw,
yes,
when you go there, can you just give him the date? And actually, you know what? I think your client has left.
He's out there, man.
Yeah, but he's nowhere on the screen. So we'll come back on June 14th. And Norma, I believe he's left. Can you let the deputies know? Hopefully they've taken him back because he's not on screen.
Do you remember what seat he was in, Judge? Was it 14?
Let me find it. No, I can't tell because he's not listed. He's missing on the screen.
Okay, Judge.
He was in breakout 3.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, we will see you then, and we'll get the psych evaluation order.
Thank you very much, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank Sandoval, you there? Your client, Mr. Pouch, has zoomed in.
Hectic morning.
Frank Sandoval. All right, Mr. Pouch, as soon as your attorney is available, we'll proceed with your case.
Oh, Miss Norma? I apologize.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I never got the paperwork on Miss Melissa Fuente, please.
I did send it to you, sir. Let's see.
Oh, maybe it's my spam. Okay, let me check again.
Okay. If not, I can send you a reminder. Let me know.
Maybe remind them because I just looked, I didn't see it nowhere. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Garcia, have they sworn in your client?
They have, Judge. We're ready to go.
All right, as soon as the clerks bring me the file and the paperwork, we'll proceed. Frankie Sandoval, you're there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Pouch has come online. So when are you gonna have this video done?
Excuse me, Your Honor, I apologize. Mr. Pouch was going to make me a list of the evidence he wanted me to review. And I believe that's an ongoing matter that he's finalizing. So if we could have 30 days, Your Honor.
All right, this has been going on since March. I'm recalling this case on, Norma, can we recall this for May 27th so we can give them a trial date, please? On Aaron Pouch. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to recall this on May 27th. Mr. Pouch, there will be no further plea deadline extensions. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you are entering a plea, whether or not you want a jury trial or a bench trial. Do you understand? You can unmute yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so there will be no further extensions.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you and your client are, just one second. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Pouch, we'll speak later this week, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, who are the attorneys on Cartinas?
Judge Richard Garcia for the defendant. And
And
Tom
who is-
Benefit.
All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Yes, Judge, what, is this a plea?
Yes, it's a plea. And I will walk you through it as far as what the agreement is.
Great.
All right. Brenna, it's going to be 2 cases. Court is calling 2020 CR 4686 and 2020 CR 11203, State of Texas versus Angel Cortinas. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Judge Richard Garcia for the defense, ready.
And are you Mr. Cortinas?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
I'm from the
No,
state.
ma'am.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cortinas, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you electronically sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in these cases? And did you review that with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have received everything.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cortinas, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
State in cause number 2020 CR 11203, it appears that you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
And in cause number 2020 CR 4686, it appears that you're proceeding on count 1 only and waiving count 2. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, Judge.
Defense, do you have any objections to count 2 being waived?
No, Your Honor, no objections.
Mr. Cortinas, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
In cause number 2020 CR 11203, you're charged with continuous family violence. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone, one moment, please. And in cause number 2020 CR 4686, you're charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance. Penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of these cause numbers, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, did you understand by entering the plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
In each of the cause numbers, did you intend to enter a plea bargain agreement and give up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cortinas, in each of these cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. And in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you the plea bargain agreement page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Clause number 2020 CR 4686, according to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count 1. Punishments be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There are no applications. This will rank concurrent with 2020 CR 11203. County Court cause number 624980. Grand jury numbers 7329228, 7329229, and 749976. And did you also realize that if you do not show up for sentencing, then the full range of punishment will be available? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And cause number 2020 CR 11203, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. This will run concurrent with 2020 CR 4686. There are no applications for community supervision or deferred adjudication. State, this is a continuous family violence case. Is there a reason why there would not be an affirmative finding of family violence?
No, Judge, that's a Tom Nisbet for the state. That would be a misstep of a non-family violence person doing the paperwork and not knowing any better.
Okay. So, Mr. Cortinas, did you understand if I review state's exhibits 1 and attachments, and I find that this is a family violence case, there will be an affirmative finding of family violence. With an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, did you understand if you do not appear for sentencing, you will be subject to the full range of punishment? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreements in each of these cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement in each of these cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement in each of the cases?
Yes, Judge.
Next, Mr. Cortinas, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal in each of these cause numbers. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you
Yes.
electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No such motions, Judge.
Then Mr. Cortinas, in 2020 CR 4686 to count one in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
And in cause number 2020 CR 11203, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's pleas in each of the cause numbers.
State offer states one of the attachments, Judge.
Any
No
objections?
No objections, Judge.
Mr. Cortinas, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, in each of the cause numbers, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Right. Could I see parties in a breakout room briefly, please? If I can meet you all in breakout room number 1.
Yes, Judge.
And Richard Garcia, if you can go to 1, please.
Do I go to 1?
No, just wait.
Oh, Miss Norma, do you think I can go with Miss Puente right quick in the jail, please?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second.
Thank you.
Marcus. Marcus. Marcus, let's see. Give me 1 second, Mr. Healy.
Thank you.
Mr. Healy, Marcus is going to move you to the breakout room with your
I
client.
see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right, Mr. Alberto Nambrano, could you unmute yourself, please? Just unmute for me.
Okay.
Hi,
Okay.
how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Okay, where are you right now?
Right now, I'm at a friend's house.
Okay, I just have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So you're here because there have been some issues. We're trying to get an update on housing, but you're in the 187 District Court. So question number one, why do you think it's appropriate to be smoking while you're in a courtroom?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was just waiting for you to come to.
Nope, that's not my question. My question is, why do you think it's appropriate?
I don't know. I ain't got the answer for it.
All right, and number two, why do you think it's appropriate for you to appear on Zoom in the 187th with no sleeves on?
Because that's the only shirt I had at the moment, ma'am.
Yeah, well, I'm going to help you with that, all of that. You're going to have to appear in court. So I'll see you at the 187 District Court. It's 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. You better get here before the day is out.
Today?
Yes, that's what I mean when I say you better get here before the day is out.
Okay.
All right, we're back on the record in 2020 CR 11203 and 2020 CR 4686. And cause number 2020 CR 4686, the court has found that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court has found you guilty of count 1. In 2020 CR 11203, the court finds there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court is finding you guilty. Mr. Cortinas, in each of these cases, you're going to need to be in the courtroom on May 26th at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you do not appear on that date at 9 a.m., you will be subject to the full range of punishment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means in cause number 2020 CR 4686, if you do not appear, your plea of no contest will stand. My finding of guilty will stand, but you will be subject to the full range of punishment, which is up to 20 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 2020 CR 11203, if you fail to appear, your plea of no contest will stand. My finding of you guilty will stand, and you will be subject to the full range of punishment, which is up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Cortinas, when do you need to be in court?
On the 26th of May.
At what
8.
time?
8.
Well, you can show up at 8. I said 9, but
Oh, 9.
no, you know what? Just make it 8, because sometimes when you make it 8 o'clock, people actually arrive at 9, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We're at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you then. Good luck to you.
Happy Mother's Day, Judge.
Oh, well,
Late
thank
Mother's Day.
Thank you very much. I have no children, but I do teach
Well,
at
I
UTSA.
see. Where are your children?
Oh, well, thank you. Well, you know what?
That's what I
Maybe
see.
with my children, I've been sparing the rod. I don't know, but I haven't been talking to them enough. So I'm going to talk to them more, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You do that.
All right, thank
Judge.
you. You have a good one. Thank you,
too. Thank
Mr.
you.
Garcia. You're
Thank you.
excused.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, Judge. Am I good to go?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right, anyone else ready? Anyone?
Judge, I'd like to talk to my client in a breakout room. I've conferred with Mr. Garcia. And we were here on Mr. Moreno in the violation report.
All right, Mr. Moreno. If you go to breakout room number 1, please, and Mr. Watkins, if you can go to 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, everyone, are we ready on this Puente?
We are, Your Honor. We are.
All right, as soon as I get the paperwork, we will go. Is this a motion to revoke?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we have an agreement, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, who's the prosecutor on this case?
I conferred with Mr. Davis.
It's Davis? Who is Davis? Okay.
Garcia.
All right, you're giving me names of people who are not in the court, and I'm like, did I miss something?
Sorry. So sorry.
Oh, no problem.
John Wilkins.
All right, whoever is talking, you need to mute yourself. And Ms. Puente, could you unmute, please?
I think Marino needs help with the record.
I'm sorry, who?
I know.
Me, ma'am, I don't know how to read in order to do this.
All right, Mr. Marino, let me ask you something. Are you able to tap your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did anything pop up when you tapped your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you see something that says breakout room? Do you see that?
I don't see it, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna move you to number 2. Do you see something, tap your screen, do you see anything pop up?
Yes.
All right, click on that. All right, court is calling 2020 CR 3847W, State of Texas versus Melissa Guadalupe Puente. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia for the state.
For the defense?
I'm ready.
And are you Mr. Puente? I'm sorry, are you Miss Puente?
Okay, thank you.
Are you Miss Puente?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Puente, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
I believe we did.
I don't want to, I believe. Either you did or you didn't.
I didn't see the papers, but we did speak over it, Your Honor.
All right, do you need to go in a breakout room with her, Mr. Healy?
I believe she understands she's only going to admit 2 is a new number 1, so robbery.
No, what I need to know is, does she understand?
Yes, she understands.
What she's charged with? Did she review the documents? Did you explain the documents to her?
Yes.
I have, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, are you the same Melissa Puente who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 3847W for the offense of assault, household member, previous conviction?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, strike that. There's something different in each motion. All right, did you understand in the amended motion, are you the same Melissa Guadalupe Puente who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 3847W for the offense of assault, family second offense on April 9th, 2020 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. On first amended motion to adjudicate probation, violated condition number 1 on or about the 25th day of March 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Melissa Guadalupe Puente, committed the offense of robbery in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
The state waives all remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. For revocation, adjudication, and a term of 3 years in TDC.
Defense, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Puente, is that the agreement?
Yes.
Are you
It is.
asking me to follow the agreement?
Honestly,
Are
Your
you
Honor,
asking me to follow the agreement?
yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then the court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 3 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and I'll give you credit for any time that you served. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry, just one more thing with regards to sentencing. I've read the plea bargain agreement, and according to that, there's to be no contact with Alfonso Garcia Salas, Osvaldo Garcia, Osvaldo, and Sandra Garcia. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Norma, you're welcome. Norma, can you let them know that L22 can go back? Mr. Hilly, you're excused. Anthony Cantrell.
Judge, if I can be back with Mr. Nesbitt, please.
Did you need something else, Ms. Puente?
So, I'm gonna do 3 years.
You've received 3 years prison sentence in this court.
Okay, and then probation afterwards, so it's just the 3 years? and
No,
then-
you will not be on probation out of the 187 District Court. You will be done with probation in this court.
Oh, okay, awesome. Cool.
All right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Uh-huh.
You're welcome. All right, Anthony Cantrell.
With Mr. Nesbitt, please.
All right, Tom, Anthony Cantrell needs to speak to you again. And I'll send him breakout room number 1. Raymond Martinez.
Oh, Judge, I was just going to say, I'm going to go to 1, but I also have an answer for you on that other issue.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Raymond Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what are we doing with?
Kendall Blunt is a bond hearing judge. You've heard it before, but you suggested you would rehear it if the state wasn't able to get an autopsy report. We're still waiting on one.
Okay. All right, who were you conferring with on this?
David Martin's got the case, Judge. Family violence.
All right, can I see Mr. Martin and you in a breakout room, please?
Sure, Judge.
Breakout room number 3.
Brenda, can you let the judge know my computer's going to shut down again? I'm going to restart.
Okay.
All right, we are back. Matthew Finch. Your client is Lawrence Brandon. All right, can I have a prosecutor on Mr. Lawrence Brandon, please?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Thank you. All right, Brenda, you ready? Court is calling night mag number 605-709 and 605-710, State of Texas versus Brandon Lawrence. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Alexandra Williamson.
For the defense?
You're Matthew Finch for Brandon Lawrence.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No.
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was set at 9 a.m. It is now 11:52 a.m. Deputy Laura, has there been a Brandon Lawrence in the courtroom at all?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
And he has not been on Zoom at all. I'm in a receipt of a violation report. Have both parties had a chance to review the violation report?
Yes, Judge.
I have, Your Honor.
According to the violation report that the court is in receipt of, is that pretrial services officer has attempted to contact the defendant through all of the references that he has given. And he has given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different references. And they have not seen or had contact with the defendant. Mr. Finch, have you had contact with the defendant?
Your Honor, upon receipt of the violation report and using the contact information that I've had, I've tried several different places and I have not been able to speak to him. I didn't get notice of this hearing until Friday afternoon about closing time and scrambled as well and tried a couple more phone calls this morning. Have not been able to speak to him.
All right. And the court will note for the record is the reason why this has been set the way it has been set is because the defendant is charged with felonies and no one has seen him since he was released from custody. And I'll also note for the record, and night mag number 605-709, the defendant is charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 gram to 4 grams. A judge set his bond at $500. That was not this court, and Judge Boyd did not set that at $500. I'll note for the record that he also has another case, which is night mag number 605-710. It's possession of a weapon in prohibited places. A judge set that bond at $500. That was not this court. Judge Boyd did not set that bond at $500. And the court is unaware of the defendant's criminal history. State?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask that you forfeit his bond and issue a warrant for his arrest.
That'll be granted, and I'll remand your client without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client and have him present himself to the court, then the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. You're excused. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Judge.
Right. Jonathan Watkins or Mr. Marino?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm present.
Yes. What are we doing with Mr. Marino? He has several cases.
He does, Judge. There's been a second and a third violation report. The second VR alleges 2 misdemeanor offenses that are at large that were filed, I believe, with SAPD, a deadly conduct and a terroristic threat. And the third VR alleges a repeated violation of bond or / court order case. And I've conferred with Mr. Joe Ray Garcia. I believe they're going to ask for an increase. I asked that the court continue the bonds and order GPS, waive the fees. The alleged complainant judge, who he has a no contact order with, has sort of been seeking him out. I've advised him to refrain from having contact with her, but he does have police reports filed against her. and one of those is an ABI report.
All right, Mr. Watkins, I need you to go back to the breakout room number 2 and please help your client leave that room, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And to the clerks, I do not have the violation reports on Mr. Marino.
Let me look for them, Judge.
And Norma, could you check your chat box, please?
Yes, ma'am. Judge, I emailed you that violation report with the police report.
I don't know, for some reason it hasn't come through my email.
I will send it to the copier right now.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Brenda, we may not have to come back today. So,
Oh,
I mean, for this afternoon. So I'm trying to
okay, no problem.
see if I can make that happen for you.
Is that the one with the police report, Judge?
Norma, I think you sent it to me on accident. You want me to forward it to her?
I just sent it to the copier.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So on Mr. Moreno's case, Mr. Watkins,
Judge, is that the one with the police report? Because they sent 2 different ones. They forgot to attach the one with the police report.
no, I haven't received the one with the,
I just sent it to the copier.
all right, thank you. All right. Mr. Moreno, could you unmute for me, please?
Here you go, ma'am.
Yes. All right, Mr. Moreno, here's the thing. The court received a second violation report and the court has already ruled on that violation report. So what you need to do is you need to turn yourself in. Do you understand? And once you turn yourself into the Bexar County Jail, then the court will reconsider and hear whatever arguments your attorney wants to present or the state wants to present. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because Mr. Moreno, here's where we are. I don't take any of this as true because I haven't received anything. But this is where I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is you're on bond for assault family second out of 2020 CR 7894 and 2021 CR 2280. And then now I have, whether they're true or not, I don't know because I haven't received anything other than the police report that's just been given to me. You have a deadly conduct family misdemeanor from May 5th, and then the terroristic threat of family household May 5th. So a warrant has been issued for you and your attorney can tell you, where you need to go, but the police will find you and arrest you wherever you may be. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So sometimes, and I'm not giving you legal advice because I'm not your attorney. So sometimes it's usually best to face situations head on and address issues head on and turn ourselves in. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
And then once that's done, we can come back for a hearing. And Mr. Watkins, If he turns himself in today and you all want to have a hearing on Friday or Monday, I'm sure that the state will accommodate you and the court will accommodate you. But Mr. Marino, you're wanted. You understand? Okay. All right. If there is nothing else, and then Mr. Watkins, we can have a hearing on that.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, I'll make sure that we get to that as soon as possible, Judge, and I can coordinate with Norma if that works best for the court.
Yes, and I will just put it on the docket as soon as we can, which is fairly soon in the 187.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time, Your Honor. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Judge, I send you a chat.
All right.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
But you know more or less what my bond would be?
No, I can't tell you. You'll need to discuss that with your attorney. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a
All right.
wonderful day.
All right. Thank you. You too, Mr. Marino. All right. Anthony Cantrell. Does anyone know where Anthony Cantrell is?
He came back. I sent him an email. He is making a phone call, but I know he's juggling 2 other courts, but we're working on the issue right now. He's just bouncing around doing whatever else he needs to do this morning.
Okay, and then on Anthony Ortiz, can you tell me we're still going forward with the motions, or he's still going forward with the motions?
Well, that's that deal where the cops won't ship the gun unless the lab produces an FFL. And Cantrell is saying that, well, they don't have an FFL because they don't sell firearms. However, they can still be a science lab without that. So what SAPD wants, they do not have. So I don't know if he's going to ask for, I don't know what his next move is. It's just kind of one of those, like, it just keeps getting pushed back. And then he's saying, oh, we'll ask for a motion to compel, or I don't know. I don't know what his next move is, but he wants a gun to go to that lab. They don't have an FFL, I don't think.
Okay, Anthony Cantrell. Anthony Cantrell. Okay. All right, everyone. Brenda needs a break. And so we're going to come back at 2. Mr. Hawkins, we're going to address your issue at 2. And then we'll address Anthony Cantrell. Anthony Cantrell, what are we doing with Mr. Hawkins? All right, we'll come back at 2, everyone.
I'll be in the courtroom, Judge. Is that okay?
Yes. Thank you, Ray. And Ray, if you're here at 2, we'll take you up first thing.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, everyone, we're going to stop the live stream. We'll be back at 2 today.